the news leader brings you more of Western Massachusetts' #1 hour of news and information. News Center 22 at 6.
Good evening once again. I'm Beth Carroll.
And I'm Dave Matson. The alleged killers of that buck deer at Laughing Brook Wildlife Sanctuary were arraigned today in Hampden County Superior Court. One by one, they appeared before Judge Raymond Cross in Springfield. 20-year-old Kenneth Stukroth of Chicopee, 23-year-old Michael Monjo, who's also from Chicopee, along with 18-year-old Robert Dennis of Indian Orchard. They've been indicted on a variety of charges in connection with the killing of a deer in its pen last January. Authorities say that the deer was slain in a broad headhunting arrow, that is, and the carcass dragged to a waiting car. Meantime, Judge Cross took innocent pleas from the 3 defendants and continued the case for a conference hearing until May 15th.
Although it's been months since the tragedy, the deer killing is still having an impact on the public. This according to Laughing Brook Director Joe Benton.
Definitely. I think the awareness of the people in Springfield has greatly increased. There was just a tremendous feeling, and it still continues.
One recurring question to Laughing Brook personnel is whether that slain buck deer will ever be replaced. It's apparently a difficult question to answer.
The animals that come to Laughing Brook are here because they're human dependent, they're orphaned or injured. And the deer that we have been placed here by the State Division of Fish and Wildlife. And it could happen that this spring that they may find another orphan that they would place with us.
Remember that reward fund to help capture the culprits? The fund has reached $2,900, beyond all of Laughing Brook's expectations. How it's finally dispersed is up to agencies like the Audubon Society. Bad news for Western Massachusetts towns and cities along the Connecticut River. Chances are your sewer system is probably leaking. Yesterday, News Center 22 brought you an exclusive story about raw sewage in Agawam pouring into the Westfield River. This untreated waste will end up in the Connecticut River. This is nothing new, says Edward Spencer, Executive Director of the Connecticut River Watershed Council. Spencer says many localities along the Connecticut have sewage systems that are old and leak into the river. It's a problem which will cost millions to repair, and Spencer says the state will have to team up with affected municipalities.
In Massachusetts, there is some state funding which will be available. And in this case, at the same time, it's going to require that the local communities allocate funds for this kind of cleanup.
Spencer says the total cost is staggering.
We're talking about millions, hundreds of millions of dollars.
Spencer says even if work began today on all the leaking sewer systems, it would be 1990 before raw sewage is stopped from pouring into the Connecticut River.
5 families in Ware are homeless tonight after fire drove them out of their apartments early this morning. Lynn Berry has more.
The fire started around 1 o'clock this morning in a shed outside one of the apartment buildings in Highland Village. Janice Rodriguez, her husband Anthony, and 2 daughters were among the people burned out.
Well, our neighbor next door came and was yelling that her shed was on fire and to call the fire department, but we didn't have a phone. So we were trying to rush around and find someone who had a phone so we could call.
All of the residents of the building were able to make it out on their own, and they were surprised to see the fire spread so fast.
When we got here, the ceiling and the roof was fully involved. It was going across the top of the building.
The Rodrigues turned out to be more fortunate than their neighbors. They lost very little property, but they are now faced with the loss of their home.
We're trying to decide if we should go to another apartment or if we should move in with in-laws until it's straightened out. So we're building a home soon and can't wait to get in there.
The American Red Cross was busy today trying to find temporary shelter for some of the other families, while at the same time, the State Fire Marshal's office was called in to find out what touched off that early morning fire in the shed. In Ware, I'm Lynn Berry reporting for News Center 22.
And so far, there is no estimate on how much damage that fire caused. Residents of Agawam and all of us here at TV 22 have lost a good friend, retired town firefighter Adolphus Junie Provost. Junie Provost died last night of a heart attack. He was 56. Provost served on the Agawam Fire Department for 32 years before retiring in 1984. For the past year, he had worked here at TV 22 in the carpentry department. Junie Provost's activities extended beyond the firehouse into the community. He was active in the Lions Club and the Boy Scouts for many years.
He was one of the members in the department who was assigned to test Boy Scouts for merit badges. I know he worked quite a few years with them in their camping sprees and whatnot. And he was also very active in the Lions Club. Many functions that the Lions Club handled. Junie was always there working, whether it be a feed or whether it be a social event, and he also was active with them in their gumball machines for the eye research.
Jenks, who served with Provost, remembers what type of person he was.
Always very, very happy-go-lucky. He was always willing to work with anybody, and the fellows, you know, always got along good.
And that's the way we'll remember him, too. Junie Provost is survived by his wife, Norma. Funeral arrangements are being handled by the Colonial Funeral Home in Agawam.
If you are driving a car worth $2,500 or more, the Hampshire Group can put you behind the wheel of a 1987 BMW 528e for $319 per month or less. The four-door, six-cylinder 528e is loaded with extra features. Or drive an 87 BMW 325 two-door with air conditioning, sunroof, and stereo cassette for as little as $249 a month with no down payment. Lease a BMW, the ultimate driving machine, from the Hampshire Group, 280 King Street, Northampton.
Announcing the latest development in lawn care. It's the only piece of equipment you'll ever need for a beautiful lawn. Place a call and switch to Old Fox, and you're setting New England's most respected lawn care company in motion. A team of service professionals who believe you and your lawn deserve the best treatment. Look for this brochure and sweepstakes offer in your mail, or call us soon. A lot depends on Old Fox.
Everyone likes fresh food. But how do you tell if the food you're buying is really fresh? It can be quite a problem, especially when it comes to eggs. But thank goodness you live in New England, because in New England, eggs that come from local farms are brown, and that makes it very easy to tell a fresh egg. All you have to do is look at it.
Brown eggs are local eggs, and local eggs are fresh.
Now's the time to make a smart move on a new Olds, because Oldsmobile now offers new 3.9 annual percentage rate GMAC financing on every Delta 88, Cutlass Sierra, Cutlass Supreme, Olds Calais, and Forenza. 3.9%, that's smart. Or get as much as $1,200 cash back direct from Olds, depending on the options you buy. That's smart, too. The choice is yours. No matter how you look at it, you're going to save money on a brand new Olds.
See your Olds dealer for 3.9 annual percentage rate GMAC financing, or up to $1,200 back, depending on options you buy.
Imagine heating and air conditioning 40 downtown office buildings from one central plant. City of Hartford's used it as a cornerstone for their downtown development back in 1961. Springfield Mayor Richard Neal got a tour of the system today, and he thinks it's time his city gave it a try. Steve Brown reports.
There are 40 large office buildings here in Hartford that have no heating or air conditioning equipment. They don't need them. This plant does all that for them. It's owned by the Connecticut Natural Gas Corporation, and it supplies heat and air conditioning via pipelines to buildings like Phoenix Mutual Insurance at a big savings.
Our load is constant, and they handle that load without any situation or any problem whatsoever.
Springfield's Mayor Neal likes this idea very much. He brought several members of the City Council and Springfield business community to Hartford today to give it the once-over. Neal believes district heating and cooling could play a big part in Springfield's future.
We could begin conceivably by tying in a number of buildings in the downtown area, but my plan would be to eventually heat and cool the north end, the south end, and Winchester Square, and other neighborhoods in the city of Springfield.
Total cost of building a heating and cooling plant in Springfield is estimated at $30 million. Most of that would come from the Connecticut Natural Gas Corporation. Mayor Neal is sold on the notion. The question is, can he sell it to the Springfield business community? In Hartford, I'm Steve Brown, News Center 22.
Neal is convinced a district heating and cooling plant in Springfield could mean continued growth downtown for many years.
After posting 6 consecutive closing highs, prices retreated today on Wall Street.
Mike Williams of Prudential Bay Securities joins us now with details. He's reporting live from our downtown Springfield studio in the Marriott Hotel. Mike?
Good evening, Beth and Dave. The market spent the day digesting its recent gains. Stock prices dropped 16 points in the first hour, with the Dow Jones Industrial Average suffering mostly the losses. Some firming took place later in the session, but a rally attempt in the final half hour was unable to get off the ground. Consequently, the blue chip index closed with a loss of 5 points, accompanied by an 8-to-6 ratio of losers to winners. The bears are having a tough time talking this market down. The best they could do today was that 16-point loss in the Dow early on. The ocean of liquidity out there continues to support the list on any pullback, and we don't see any signs of a major correction in the offing. Nevertheless, we may see some additional weakness over the next few days before the uptrend resumes. In the meantime, buying opportunities abound. The fixed income markets continue to be on hold. The government bond market is in the midst of a mini refunding, and the recent instability in the dollar is not helping market psychology. As to the dollar, it firmed a touch today, following a comment by Secretary James Baker that appeared to steer away from the notion that he is seeking a further decline in the dollar. Mr. Baker told the Senate Government Affairs Committee that he is confident the exchange rate changes that have already taken place will significantly cut the U.S. trade deficit. Summing up, the market ran into a bout of profit-taking today, which could lead to a weak opening tomorrow. Metals were off today, with silver at $5.88, down 2 cents, and gold closed in Chicago at $413, off 50 cents. This is Mike Williams with Prudential Base Securities, reporting live at the downtown Marriott for News Center 22.
Thanks, Mike. Well, this, of course, was the perfect day to have off. It wasn't the kind of day to be cooped up inside working.
Coming up, we'll look at some people who are able to enjoy the day, and meteorologist Steve Caparizzo will tell us if our luck is about to run out. We'll be back after this.
They're here now at your Western Mass Honda dealers. All the new Hondas for 1987. See the new generation of Honda Accords with new aerodynamic styling. See Honda's new affordable and economical Civics, including four-wheel drive wagons. Plus, see the new 1987 fun-to-drive sporty Honda Preludes. And see why Honda continues to be first in owner loyalty and why more people in Western Mass buy Hondas than any other import. See your Western Mass Honda dealers who say, when you're happy, we're happy.
Every spring, people strive for a beautiful lawn the same old way, with products that treat every lawn the same and can give you the same old frustrating results. Because lawns are different, ChemLawn has over 800 programs. We select the one right for your lawn and change it as your lawn's needs change. That's why we can guarantee to make it beautiful. ChemLawn, making America beautiful, one lawn at a time.
Let's see, I know Big Y has terrific specials this week. Oh, here they are. Oh, these are bonus buys.
For all cat lovers, stock up now on Kitty Litter Cat Litter in the 30-pound bag for just $3.59. And on Cal-Can Cat Food, get any two 13-ounce cans for 89 cents. Save on St. Mary's Percale sheet sets for as low as $1.99 with our Saver cards.
Stock up and save.
Big Y, you're in the market for the very best.
Announcing special factory offers on Jeep Cherokees and Wagoneers. Get up to $700 cash back on a 2- or 4-wheel drive Cherokee. You can use the cash as a down payment, or get 2.9 financing or $500 cash back on selected Jeep Comanches. See your dealer for details.
Enjoy sensational savings now at your Western Mass Renault Jeep dealers. The biggest savings of the year, but hurry because these special offers end very soon.
Today was a rare and wonderful day. A big dose of sunshine and warm temperatures was enough to lure Western Massachusetts residents outdoors. At Springfield's Forest Park, plenty of people took advantage of the warm weather. Some tried to get a start on that elusive tan. A few chose to celebrate musically. But most were simply happy to be outside.
This is the warmest weather we've had. Last year it wasn't like this. We had a storm or something, I think, the end of March last year. I know it was cold because I was on spring break.
Certainly there had to be a few people who were playing hooky from work or school, but one Springfield man thought the weather was good enough to spend a vacation day.
It's a great day today.
Must be a nice surprise, nice change of pace.
Sure is. Took the day off for it.
Sure was, and most of the people knew that the sun and warm temperatures were only temporary, but they were glad to have it anyway. And I guess that's the way we have to look at these days, take them as a bonus and expect the worst after that.
Yeah, you know, it makes me feel like I wish I were a kid again, because then it was acceptable to play hooky. Now you can't get away with it.
You go crazy inside at school, too.
Right now we check in with Steve Caparizzo, who can be the bearer of the bad news, because all good things must come to an end. Steve?
That's right, guys. We've had a stretch of 3 beautiful days now, and I've been acting like a little kid, playing a little hooky tonight. In between weathercasts, I was over here with Sean and Mark from Westfield State College playing a little basketball. How'd I do, guys? How'd I do? They won a minute, but I beat them 1-on-2. I beat those 2 guys from Westfield State, so I guess I'm not that old yet. Just a reminder that April 5th, we'll be starting daylight savings time a little bit early this year, April 5th. That's a Sunday at 2 a.m. Push your clocks ahead 1 hour. We lose 1 hour of sleep, and of course, we gain that extra daylight during the evening hours. Radar tonight is picking up the change that we're watching, and that's an area of showers west of Binghamton through the Poconos of Pennsylvania, and also some heavier thunderstorms in the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area, reports of golf ball size hail. And that change will be arriving here, looks like sometime early tomorrow morning in the form of some showers and cooler temperatures for most of tomorrow. High temperatures today, real comfortable. In fact, 73 here in the Springfield area down at Bridgeport, a record high of 68. Even over in the coastline, it warmed up before the sea breeze set in this afternoon. 70 at Concord and 68 degrees up at Burlington, Vermont. Locally, temperatures are still very comfortable, very mild, though it has been cooling off in the past half hour or so here at the Little River recreational area in Westfield. 62 in town, 56 Granville, 58 at Worthington, 62 in Amherst, and 56 from Charlene up at Irving. Out west, temperatures still in the 60s, up at North Adams, 64. We have 59 degrees in the Pittsfield-Lenox area, 66 at Great Barrington. The low this morning was 31, so we went up 42 degrees today with that bright, bright sunshine. National weather map tonight has that high pressure departing off the mid-Atlantic coastline. And there's the storm system up over Wisconsin, which continues to dump some rather heavy snow. Parts of the Dakotas back into western Nebraska. Some areas up to 2 feet of snow past couple of days. And here's what I expect. I expect that cold front to be closing in on us. And so our forecasts over the next couple of days will be a little bit iffy, especially tomorrow. Here's our forecast map starting with tomorrow. The cold front will be moving through the Hudson Valley into here. There will be some shower activity and maybe even a rumble of thunder, and behind it the cooler air will work in. And on Friday we may squeeze out a little bit in the way of dry weather, at least a little bit of sunshine for a while. Temperature's still fairly comfortable, but that next storm system in Kentucky will likely bother us with rain Friday night into the first part of the weekend. So enjoy tonight. After that, things will be cooling off, and we have just a little bit of rain moving in. My forecast for tonight, a beautiful evening with clear skies, then clouding up later tonight. There may be a shower by daybreak. Temperatures 40 to 45. For tomorrow, mostly cloudy and noticeably cooler. There'll be a few showers around, maybe even a rumble of thunder. That's not out of the question. Highs 53 to 58. For tomorrow night, clouds will begin to break up a little bit, drier, 35 to 40. And on Friday, some sunshine, and not too tough to take for the temps, 53 to 58. In the extended outlook, as we look ahead to the weekend, the chance of showers or rain for Saturday in 48, and then some sunshine returning on Sunday and into Monday with temperatures just about where they should be, around 50 or 52 degrees. So overall, not a bad weather picture, though we need some rain. I think we'll see a little bit tomorrow, and another chance of rain as we look ahead to the weekend. Back to you, Beth and Dave.
All right, Steve.
And back to reality.
Problem is, we've all been spoiled now.
I know,
so we expect this.
Sure have.
All right. Well, the deadlock between Roger Clemens and the Red Sox continues tonight.
Up next, John Dusman will fill us in on the newest statement from Clemens. That's when News Center 22 returns.
Buick, built to provide a comfortable, comforting, and competent automobile that enhances driving pleasure. The Buick Century, clean, crisp styling, front-wheel drive, and an interior that is both practical and luxurious. LeSabre, exemplifying Buick's excellence of engineering with front-wheel drive, transverse-mounted 3.8-liter engine, and aerodynamic styling. Buick, reliable and affordable at the #1 Buick dealer in the area, Hauser Buick, Columbus Avenue in Springfield. New lighting fixtures from Arco Electric Supply can really spruce up your home's decor. See the latest in track, recessed and bath lighting, medicine cabinets, and Tiffany-style lighting. Arco offers all types of fixtures by respected manufacturers such as Thomas, Juno, Hinckley, Kichler, and Fasco. Also on display are parlor fans, door chimes, range hoods, and central vacuum cleaners, all at reasonable prices. Let Arco's 28 years of lighting experience help you. Visit Arco Electric Supply, 21 York Street, next to Hauser Buick in Springfield.
All of Pennsylvania is making ready for a very special event. And a very special guest. The guest is you. The event is your vacation. Call this toll-free number and come. Your vacation is waiting in Pennsylvania.
Well, I guess you could say all eyes and ears were focused on Roger Clemens today.
They sure were. You know, I still think he is getting some bad advice from his agents.
Well, Roger makes the final decision, of course.
That's true.
You're your own man, you know? That old Billy Joel song, you eventually sleep with yourself or whatever. you got to make your own decisions.
Never heard that one,
You never
John.
heard that?
No.
You got to make your own decisions. I mean, the guys advise them, but it's Roger's behind the whole thing.
You're right.
I mean, it's not mind control.
You're right.
Thank you very much.
Right you are.
Maybe you should listen to some contemporary songs once in a while. Red Sox pitcher Roger Clemens says he's ready to continue his holdout for the Red Sox. Roger held a news conference today to get things off his chest. Now, Clemens arrived early this morning at the offices of his agents, Alan and Randy Hendricks. Roger seemed happy enough when he walked into the news conference, but once he sat down, he indicated he was not happy at all with the way the Red Sox are portraying him in the media, and he feels the Sox are using him as an example, even though he was the best in baseball last year.
I don't appreciate them trying to throw it back on me as a bad person. The public knows that. They're telling y'all one thing and telling us a different thing, and I don't appreciate that.
So Roger is angry, no doubt about it. Roger says he'll continue holding out till he gets what he wants, but he has no desire to leave Boston. He has a love affair with New England, and he hopes that love affair can last.
I want to play in Boston. I've enjoyed the challenges that have been presented to me there. I enjoy the tradition that's there in that ballpark. I enjoy the fan notoriety that I get there, how observant they are, how knowledgeable they are of the game. I like that. I like pitching in Fenway Park, and I like what I'm doing there right now. So other than that, you know, I haven't played for anybody else, and I don't wish to.
The Red Sox have no intention of trading Roger, but Roger has to decide if he's ready to sit out the entire year.
Can you realistically, in your own mind, envision not putting on a baseball uniform this year?
Oh, I've thought of it long and hard, and you know, I hate to think about it, but that's again, if I was willing to accept their offer, what they put on the table, I'd have been in Winter Haven right now.
So Roger stays out of camp. Rich Gedman can't sign until May 1st, and now Gedman's replacement, Mark Sullivan, broke his toe. He'll be out for at least a week. He broke it last night's game against the Yankees. The Sox take on the Yankees again tonight. Well, no broken toes or holdouts to report yet in high school baseball. Just the normal talk about who's the best. Of course, Holyoke always seems to be a team to talk about this time of year. Now, 2 years ago, Holyoke won the state championship. It was a great group of kids. Had the right combination of talent, attitude, and good coaching to be the best in the Commonwealth. It was a super experience for them. A lot of people are talking about Holyoke in '87. Once again, they're one of the teams to beat. A team with solid pitching, strong up the middle defensively, and although they are a bit young, they should be in the running all season. Of course, it's much too early to think about another state championship, but it's a short season, and Coach Joe McCarthy likes what he sees already.
These kids I've been watching them for years, and they're coming along. Their attitude is great. It reminds me of my state championship team from 2 years ago. We're all just psyched. We're ready. We've been ready since September.
Well, I think we have everything there, and the main thing that'll help us out so much that we didn't have last year is the attitude.
We have a team that can be down 10-0, ninth inning, still wouldn't give up.
The kids in the infield and the outfield, we've been playing together since Pee Wee League, so we all know each other very well and know each other's moves, so we'll be good.
Any goals at this point?
Yes, to win as many games as we can, have a good time doing it, and another state championship would be great, but it's a long shot, but we always shoot for it. It was just so much fun 2 years ago that I tell the kids we shoot for it because it's just such a great experience.
So it's a long way to another state title for the Purple Knights. Championship comes with kisses and handshakes. In '85, Coach got the best deal with 2 kisses at one time from Mom and the wife. The Hartford Whalers take on Edmonton tonight in the Civic Center. This could be the exact same matchup you will see in the Stanley Cup Finals this year. The Celtics were down in Hartford last night. They massacred the lowly Cavaliers of Cleveland. We go down there for the massacre. Cleveland and Red run Hartford with the ball. It appears to have an easy layup, but he misses it. Danny Ainge takes the ball up the court, passes to Larry Bird. Bird to McHale. He jams it in for 2 points. Celtics seem to be able to score at will. Right here, Robert Parrish waltzes right around the defense, puts the ball in the hoop. Celtics up by 8 points. Some rough going for Dennis Johnson. A couple people fell into the stands last night. DJ just goes right over the bench, right to the crowd, and took Dennis a while to get up. Finally gets up, comes up for air, and Dennis is okay. That's all they need at this point is another injury. Walton sat out, by the way. His ankle was hurting last night. Larry Bird, been real hot lately, had 32 points. The Celtics won 111-88 was the final. That Billy Joel song, you know, sooner or later you wake up with yourself. That's what I'm trying to get at. No matter who you're tied in with, you're your own man. Agents, wives, friends, you're your own man.
We got the gist.
Thank you very much.
For some people, that could be a frightening thing, couldn't it?
Thank you.
I've heard
it could
the song too, John.
Thank you.
Another impressive award is on its way to one Springfield High School.
Yes, and this group continues to rack up awards. We'll tell their story next.
Mercury Sable's got the shape everybody wants to be in. And now that shape is even more affordable with 3.9 APR financing or $400 cash back. There's 3.9 plus up to $600 cash back on Mercury Topaz, Lynx, and Merkur XR4 TI. Factory-to-dealer incentives may mean big savings on 6-cylinder Cougars, too. See your New England Lincoln Mercury Merkur dealer.
All kinds of things you use every day are on sale this week at CVS at unusually low prices. Like Depend undergarments, both regular and extra absorbent, are available at a great price, just $10.99 after rebate. Or Alberto hairstyling products, gel, aerospray, and mousse in selected sizes at just $2.17 each at today's neighborhood drugstore.
Well, already Springfield Central High School is racking up awards. 11 days ago, Central won the Massachusetts Division I basketball title.
And yesterday, Central's jazz rock singers were named state champions. And it seems the jazz group is making this a habit. This is their 4th state title in 5 years and their 3rd consecutive win, having won those previous titles as Classical High. State competition yesterday was held at Central and was sponsored by the National Association of Jazz Educators. And this past Sunday, the Jazz Rock Singers won the Northeast Regional Competition in New Hampshire. The group is under the direction of Mark Todd, and the choreography is done by Todd's wife, Lisa. We leave you tonight with a song from Central High's Jazz Rock Singers.
A cup. Austin beans. Soybeans. I said those itty bitty little green beans. Cabbage and green. You know that I'm not